Dude, what the fuck is this song? Dude, I'm changing the station.
Fall in the ashes lies the prophecy, scars and power live inside of me. Rusty bridges fracture in the night, desperate hands reaching for the light. I'm the into your skin, where the end is, where we all begin. I'm the new cult of personality. Break the system, bring your sanity. Raging fire burns the old decree. In the chaos, you'll be following me. Oh, the chains are gone. Oh.
And that's the result of staying up till 2:30 in the morning and using AI to do everything now.
That is very good. I like that. Very, very good. I'm going to need to do some work on my intros now.
Well, the base of the intro was all done by Jamie, so I added all the other like random like it's photos that pop in throughout it, and then I've changed the song like 3 times for other shows and whatnot. Like I did a different intro for my show I did on my birthday and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I've been spending basically the last week and a half between Chat GPT and Sonny. There's one for you, Hefty. That I've got like 60 different versions of my intro song now. Like
holy shit.
I can't get it exactly the way I want it, and now that proves why God gave me no musical skills at all, because I would be the worst to work with, because I'd be like, no, that's not right. No, that's not right. We'd have to keep recording the same song until it got the sound that I wanted.
I know what you mean. Like when we do ours, like when Amy does our music, right? It's good, but then after a while you're like, I want to change that bit, or that bit doesn't sound too good, or whatever. So yeah, I get it. I do get it. It's not easy to get, but then it's like you don't want to change it because you want to keep it the same, so you got consistency. But then you want to change it to make it better. So it's like, what do you do?
Exactly.
What do you do? But no, I love it. I love the intro, man.
Well, awesome. Thank you. But hello and welcome. It is a very early day for me. It is 8 o'clock my time and 1 o'clock Tom's time, right?
Yep. Just gone 1. Yeah. So midday.
So we're here to do try to have fun, but also informative and hopefully educational show about mental health, because I know the world is in a really bad place right now, and I feel not just me or Tom, but like everyone is in a different phase of mind right now, and it's hard, because I was originally going to call this men's mental health, because it's something that we don't discuss a lot. We keep to ourselves, but at the same aspect, there's a lot of us that are going through it that aren't just men. So I figured we'll just do the general broad, like if you have any mental health issues and you think you need help, go get the help you need because it's
Yeah.
important. It's one of those things that we kind of we know about it, but we don't really openly discuss it anywhere. It's kind of like a
Yeah.
hush thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I say, I think definitely for men, like it's men don't open up very much, especially I don't open up very much, and I think the majority of men don't. And I think that can be the root cause of problems, and this is why like suicide in men is the highest out of the
Mhm.
sexes because men don't talk enough. Because it's seen as, oh, if you talk about that you're depressed or you've got anxiety or anything, you're seen as like weak or bloody like
Yeah.
you just need to just man up and get on with it. But sometimes it doesn't matter how much manning up you do about it, like it gets on you and it builds and it builds and builds and you get to the situation I'm in where it fucking tipped me over the edge and it does nearly ruin your life. So you gotta be careful, like you need to talk.
Mhm. Like we were just talking before we got on here. I was telling him about this is the earliest show of the ones I've done so far, working around other people's times and schedules. One
Yeah.
of the last ones I did relatively this early, I the day before the show, I was up all night long. I drank myself sober and I cried the whole night by myself in this chair, just playing music, just in my own head. And
No.
and I don't, and I do that about once every 6 or so months. I call it it's my reboot. I get to the point where all the things that bounce around in my head that I don't discuss with Hefty, Danielle, anybody, I just keep to myself and they just bounce around. They build to a point where all it takes is like a certain like thing to happen in my day, like somebody to say one word to me, and then I
Yeah.
get home and that's just the end of it. Like I'll just come in here, I'll sit down, have a few drinks, and next thing I know, I'm completely out of beer and I'm just sitting here in tears, just crying my eyes out, which I know the beer is probably not helping either. I know that. I'm smart enough to know it's not helping. So
It's not easy though. Yeah.
no, it is not. And I've been trying to cut back, and it's one of those things like I really like need one of those friends who's like, yeah, I don't drink. So when you want to drink, call me. And I'm like, yeah, I have one of those friends, but I'm not. And it goes back to what we're talking about. I don't want to bother somebody with my problems. Like if I can't do this on my own, then it's my problem. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have to call a friend and be like, hey, bro, I'm having a really bad day. I'm
Yeah.
going to drink tonight. But I'm also not strong enough to do that on my own to be like, hey, bro, we had a bad day, but we don't need to drink. We can find
Yeah.
another outlet to it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find that comfortable balance in between both.
That's it. And it is finding that outlet because like you say the drink is like it's a numbing thing. For me personally, it shuts my brain off, and that is the biggest thing
Mhm.
to like stop this fucking spinning.
Yep.
Because when I start spinning, that it just snowballs and snowballs. And the same as you. And by the sounds of it, you've got pretty much what I've got. So when I went to the doctors and spoke to her, she said that basically by the sounds of it, I have an underlying low mood. That's just part of my personality. I've got like so I always have like a low mood in the background, and then that low mood is triggered by certain events, like you saying, like you just takes
Mhm.
one little thing to trigger it, and then everything from the past, all of your traumatic events or whatever, all come forward in one go, and then that's what triggers these events.
Mhm.
And that sound by sounds, that's exactly what you've got, and that what you're dealing with, and that you build it builds and builds for so long, and then it just takes that one little bit and it pops, and then that's it. You have your blowout, and you feel
So
better afterwards, ish.
ish. So when I was a kid, I got uh they went through all the testing and stuff. So I am actually bipolar and manic depressive.
Okay.
I haven't been on meds since I was 21 years old. So
Hmm.
in I'll be I just turned 39, so what, 18 years?
Wow.
And I feel like I do most of the time I do quite well at keeping all of my shit together and not losing it, but there are times I don't hold together well, and it's
Hmm.
it's one of those things, like, I never look down on myself if I get to that point where, like, I'm crying or whatnot. because I don't ever want to end my own life. Like I never get that low where I'm like that's my only outcome.
Mhm.
But when I was younger, yeah, there was a lot of times that I was
Mhm.
very close to that because even when I was in school,
Mhm.
I tried to, and I got put in the local children's hospital for that kind of stuff. And I don't know, like, no matter how low I get, that's never a thought in my head anymore. Now that I've gotten older, like, not that I
That's
have
good.
a lot to live for. I mean, I do, I
Yeah,
guess. I mean, I guess I do, but that
you
what
do.
what I'm saying is that now with 3 kids in my life is for them, even if 2 of them never really get to see or talk to me. Like,
Yeah.
everything I do is one day they will come across this show or this channel and be like, "Hey, that's my dad," and watch us be like, "I'm super proud of him." That's the goal that I go for every day.
No, that's
It's
good.
just to make them proud. Like, even if we don't get to talk all the time, just know that I do care about them. All of their birthdays are my passwords for everything almost. Like everything I do has them incorporated into it. So
Yeah.
that's my center point when I get really, really low.
Mhm.
I think about them and what it would do to them if I wasn't here.
Yeah.
So then I kind of pull myself back out. I dust myself off and I'm like, all right, let's go back out and do it again. And then I go back out in the world and repeat.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just I suppose it's finding that balance between keeping yourself sane
Hmm.
without having the repeat episodes, and that's the difficult bit. Like I've obviously from when I had my meltdown, as you'd call it, nearly 2 weeks ago now. Like since then, it's been very difficult to have good days. Very difficult.
Hmm.
And at the moment, the bit I'm struggling with at the moment is towards the end of the day. So, because in the day you're busy, you're doing stuff. I've got things to do, whatever. It keeps my mind occupied. Once we've had tea and that, and you sit down, and actually, then the mind starts thinking, and then that's my problem. Is when I start thinking, is when I start going into that fucking zone and start spiraling, and it's fucking horrible. Like I'm on. Oh shit! I haven't took it actually. I'll say I'm on medication. I haven't took it yet. Bollocks.
It's still early enough for your time. You got this.
But yeah, I'm on. It's nothing major. I'm not on depressants or anything. I'm only on beta blockers.
Okay.
Uh, so that's basically try and slow my heart rate so that I can stop the heart palpitations and try and if I can slow my heart rate, hopefully everything else will calm down and slow down. But it's my head I'm struggling with at the moment. Really struggling with. So, but I don't want to go onto antidepressants, and that was one thing when we spoke to the lady. Like we were talking, she's saying about it, and even she said that if you can avoid them, don't take them because
Mhm.
they are very addictive. And I have a very addictive personality, so I get addicted to things very quickly. So it's probably not a good idea going on something like that.
No,
Um,
I get that.
but we'll see how we go with this. And it's just like I say, it's finding that coping and then like being able to keep going. At the moment, I haven't. Obviously, you've got your kids and stuff, and at the moment, finding that for me that thing to keep me going is difficult. As stupid as it sounds, as much as I've got going for myself, obviously got the dogs and Amy and that, and potentially a baby on the way. um, like it's hard to see how everything's going to get better.
No, I get
And
that.
do you know what I mean? And it's hard to find my happy place, as you'd call it, I suppose.
And
But,
and I think that's the hard thing for most of us is finding that one spot that makes you happy where you can no matter what's going on if you can ground yourself back to that and be like, "Okay, I know I don't want to be like this. I need to change this or do that." But it's hard. I mean,
yeah,
there's times that I will ghost everybody for like 2 days and I just won't talk or won't answer and I'll just sleep and I'll just avoid people and that's just me just not
yeah,
being me at the moment. And the reason I stopped taking medicine because I didn't like the way they made me feel. Like I felt like I was trapped in my own mind. Like I was awake, I was coherent, but I wasn't me.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, no, I don't want to take these anymore. I don't like that feeling, like not being in
Mm.
control. It would
Yeah.
drive me up a wall.
Yeah, definitely. What's up, Hefty? How you doing? Yeah, that's one reason why I didn't. Another reason why I didn't take him is because Amy was saying like she needs me to still be me and
Hmm.
not, like you say, not be somebody else or not be out of it. Like,
Yeah.
and I need to be there for Amy and supporting her, but it's so difficult to do that when I know I'm not okay myself. So it's like I'm fighting myself, but then trying to be there for Amy, and it's like it's fucking hard work. Fucking hard work. It's like I don't know.
The
Not easy.
the hardest thing I think is the balance of having to love yourself and love somebody else when you don't love yourself at that point.
Yeah.
That's a hard balance to do because there's times I've been there. I've been there a lot when I'm just like, I love you, but I don't love me right now, so this is going to be weird for a while. And it's just
Yeah.
it's hard because you want to be there for somebody, you want to be there and help them out as much as you can and be supportive, but you're still trying to like support yourself and be there for you. And
Hmm.
if you can't do that for you, it's hard to do that for somebody else in the same breath.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And it's I've never felt like that. I've never been like this. I've been down before, and I've been like upset and I suppose depressed, but I've never been like this where like it's just weird. It's almost like recovering. Like after I had my meltdown, it's like it feels like my mind's wounded, my mind's trying to recover,
Mhm.
and it's a weird feeling. Like it doesn't matter what I do, I'll be happy for a minute or so, and then it just disappears, it goes back to how it was, and it's trying to keep that going, that happiness going. It's very hard. Like I was saying to you guys before, like I've never been on that day, on that Friday. Fucking hell, like I did think my only out was ending it, and like that's fucking scary. I thought I'd never see that. Like, and that is it's almost like the whole world, everything's been sucked out of it that's going to give you any sort of enjoyment, any sort of happiness. It's all gone, and it's almost like your only option is to end it to
Yeah.
get. Um, it's fucking scary, fucking scary.
But the good thing about that is that A, you didn't do it, and B, that you got to that point and you found a way not to do that. Because when most people get to that point, that's where they go. Like, there's no,
Yeah,
maybe I shouldn't do this. Like, they just go all out.
yeah,
You at least got to that point and you're like, I need to do something different. I need help. I need this or that. Like, you
yeah,
realized you were at a point where if I don't get somebody's help or something, I'm not going to be here in six
yeah,
months.
yeah, yeah,
So, I
100%.
mean, so that's really good of you to like to see that.
Yeah, and it's like Hefty said when I spoke to him, he was like, when you get to that the lowest of point, there only is one way is up.
Hmm.
You can't go any lower. Like is you're at the rock fucking bottom, and it's true. It's true what he said. Like there is only one way up. It's just climbing up that ladder is fucking hard work. Fucking hard work, and it's so easy to drop back down again. Um, and this is why people spiral. And this is why people who haven't got people around them, like I've got you guys, I've got Amy and that, I've got Amy's parents, but there's a lot of people out there that don't have anybody, don't have
Hmm.
any family, and you can see why there's so many issues because there are people who haven't got the support. When they
Yep.
do get to that lowest of low, they've got nobody to turn to, nobody, even just there to see them and be like, "Look, are you okay?" Like,
Yeah.
and and you can see why they end up in the situations they do.
And sometimes that makes the world of a difference for someone just to walk up to someone and go, "Are you okay?"
Yeah,
Without knowing it, like any context of the situation or whatnot, but
yeah,
just somebody to like check in on them, be like, "Everything good?" that can
Yeah.
change so much for somebody. Like it really can bring them back out or give them that opportunity to break down and cry or just
Yeah.
vent to somebody about it. So
Yeah.
I mean, it is important to like make sure you like check on your friends or not
Yeah.
just your friends, but almost to anyone just to make sure they're okay.
That's it. And that's all it takes. Just when you see, and obviously, people, we all work a lot of it. We all work. We all have people we see all the time. Everything in life is a test. Yeah, that's true, Heft. Yeah, and it's just like you say, just all you gotta do is just say to people like, "Hi, like, are you good? How you doing?" Like, and it, like you say, gives them that opportunity to then be like, "No, I'm not good." Nine
Mhm.
times out of 10, most people say, "Yeah, I'm fine." But it's just that one chance. Like you say, it could be for someone just to let it out that will get them onto the right path of someone to talk to and give them some advice and just know that if there's somebody there for them that does care and does want to help. Like you say, you may not know
Exactly.
anything about that person, but if, just by asking them if they're okay, it could keep them away from the edge.
Mhm. Like Pam in the chat, she's known me since I was 16, 17 years
Okay.
old. And she's seen me like the top of the mountain and have to climb myself back out of whatever hole I threw myself into. And I always joke with her, and it's become like a lifelong saying. I tell her, no matter how many times I fall in a hole, I come out twice as good as I was when I went in the hole. And it
Mm,
really seems to be how my life goes. Like I will fuck everything up in my life. I will fall in a fucking hole and I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I'll climb out and somehow whatever I did before, I go past that and do twice as good. And then I fuck up again and then back in the same hole, so forth and so on. It's like a repeat for me.
yeah.
But the reason I came back out to New York, I was in a really bad place. I was mentally drained. I was eating about 10 Percocets a day just to numb my feelings away. I was drinking all the time. I was doing other drugs. I was a really hot mess back then. And
Mm,
I broke. I was like, I gotta go home. Like I gotta recharge. Like I can't. I if I would have stayed out west, we wouldn't be talking. I either would have overdosed, crashed my car drunk, or killed myself. Like that's where I was when I left. I was like,
fucking hell.
those are my only three options. So I came back home and I had to basically go through all of that without anybody because I didn't know anyone. So it was a really the first 6 months were really hard for me because I didn't have any friends. And then I met this really good group of guys playing Grand Theft Auto online. And to this day, we still have a group chat. We talk every day. We check in on each other. But like those guys pulled me out of a place where I didn't think I was ever going to get out of. Like I was
Mm,
not in a good way.
mm,
And so I that's why this is kind of a show I've been wanting to do for a bit because I know I always have fun when we do this, but I've always wanted to do more of a strip back and like open, like bare arms, talk about it.
yeah, yeah,
But it's very hard to find other people who are comfortable to talk about it. And then
yeah,
I knew you were going through what you're going through, and I'm like, this is a good opportunity. I can share some of my stuff with you that you don't know.
yeah,
You can
yeah.
bounce it off of me, and it might help you, might help anyone else. Like there's a whole
Mhm.
show me and my brother do about drugs, about what we went through that if you ever need help, like reach out to him, reach out to me. Like there's a few times in that show where him and I are both in tears as we're talking about our past.
Shit,
So
bro.
if I can use my platform, excuse me, it's the Sprite.
No, you're good.
If I can use my platform anyway to help someone to not get to that point and like go, maybe I need to turn my life around.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. And maybe one day I'll hear my own self say it and I'll do the same thing. Who knows? Maybe I'll learn from me one day.
This is true. Like it's this doing this. Obviously, we do our show as well. Like the Paranormal Mystery Show. Like if I didn't have you guys to speak to, same as like with your friends with the Grand Theft Auto thing. Like if I didn't have that you and Hefty and Marty and Nat and Mama and Kerry, like all of that has come from the show. And if I didn't have that, I've literally got Amy and not her
Mhm.
mum now. That is it. Like, fuck knows how it'd have gone if I didn't have you guys as well. I
No,
mean,
I
yeah,
understand that.
obviously, I didn't speak for a few days or anything, but just having you guys there, and then when I did like reach out and speak to you guys, it did really help a lot. Just being able to just talk about it, and like you're saying, it's that hopefully will help other people. Like if they like seeing this, and so I've done those lives. I've done a couple of lives on TikTok and that. Hopefully, going to do a few more just there so that people can get help and do realize that other people go through this shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm quite lucky that I haven't done drugs or anything, so I've not been down that route. Drink, I have. I've had problems with drink. It spanned from the army, obviously army lifestyle. Drink's a big thing in the army, and towards the end, especially the last year, I had a big drink problem. Like I was drinking all the time, not just weekends, every night almost. And it did spiral to the point of where me and Amy, we got into a fight, and I ended up blacking out, and I don't remember to this day what happened that night. And that is scary because you're like, what the fuck did happen and what could have happened? Like, and that is fucking wild. And I'm so glad that I'm not down that path anymore. I mean, yeah, I've picked up a little bit of drink since the problem, but I'm lucky because I've got Amy to try and limit me. She's obviously she doesn't drink now at all, but even before when she wasn't pregnant, she didn't really drink much, and she's always been that person. As much as I'll hate her for it, she's always been that person like, you need to, like, that's enough, like you need to put that down, or do you really need that? And she's never like told me no, you can't do that, but she's always been somebody that's just there to just check, like, are you just to question myself, like, are you sure you want to be doing that? And that's really helping. And I've got to, now, so I only drink on weekends now. I'm trying to keep it just to 4 cans on the night. If I'm working the next day, I don't want to. I won't drink anything. But I'm just trying to keep it just to 4 cans on the weekend. It's just something to try and relax.
Yeah.
But not go too far to the point of I'm now relying on this. So yeah.
No, I say that all the time, and my problem is that, and I'm probably one of the only few weirdos on this planet who can say this and actually mean it. I don't drink because I want to get drunk. I actually generally like the taste of beer. That's the problem. The outcome sucks, and I know it sucks because I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I feel like dog shit. Why did I do that? But I generally like the taste of beer. I've even tried non-alcoholic beers just to see, and I don't mind it. It's not bad, but they're just so fucking expensive. It's like, why do I spend
more
$20 on 6 of those when I can spend $20 and get a 12-pack of the other ones? Like, it doesn't make sense in my brain. So I don't, and I know I should probably spend the $20 and only drink the 6 of the other ones instead of spending the 20 and get the 12 and then drink all 12 of those and feel like dog shit in the morning. But that's my endless cycle with alcohol. But then again, I've been drinking since I was 16 because my mom's a recovering alcoholic. So there was beer in my house all the time. So when she would black out herself, I'm like, well, mom's asleep. She won't notice 2 more are gone, and go back to my room, drink those, and be like, I'm the cool kid. I'm drunk at 16. So, I mean, it's one of those things that's almost a product of your environment is what comes out of you sometimes.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, my dad was a big drinker. And that I say that didn't help me neither. Like you do, like say you tend to copy a lot of what your parents do. And he's big on the drink, big on the port. He drinks a lot of port, and that's what got me into port. And that's why I was in the army. Like I was drinking bottles of port like there's no tomorrow. Like, and it is bad when you get to the point where you can drink a full bottle of that port and be totally fine. And get up in the morning, no issues. Like it's like, what the fuck is that doing to my system?
Exactly.
What's that knock-on effect? And hopefully the damage that I've done is repairable. But like I say, it's hard to not do these things when the people that you're surrounded by, like your parents, are doing the same thing.
Mm.
And it's almost like, well, like I say, if they're doing it, why not? Why can't I do it?
Yep.
And yeah, it is bad, but you can't blame them for that. Obviously, everyone's different. Everyone has their own issues and
Exactly.
problems. It's just good that now we are talking about these things and more people are talking about it nowadays. And hopefully it becomes to the point where we can get rid of these problems. So
Which would be
that
nice.
we will get a generation of people that, instead of relying on drink and drugs and stuff, we actually talk to each other and help each other. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's a fucking long way off, but
No, I agree with that.
I think things like this, like what we're doing, is like a great start. And the more people that do this, and the more people we can reach doing this, the more good it will come out of it.
No, I agree with that. Like the other day when you were doing your live when I was at work and I had to throw you on in through my glasses so I could hear you and kind of prop up my phone behind the counter so no one could see it but me. And you got talking about your mom, and it got me thinking about my grandfather. I lost my grandfather in 09. I don't think I've ever fully gotten over that or come to terms with it, and it's been years now. And you brought up the thing with Kerry, how she did one for you and she knew things about your mom and stuff that only you would know. And Kerry did one for me for my grandfather. And she knew things only my like close family would know. And Kerry knows nobody else in my family other than me. That's it.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking that a lot of my issues that led me back here started shortly after that because I was a hot mess. Like I was at work in tears. I'd be up all night drinking and crying. Like I was a hot mess. And it snowballed from there with all the other drugs that came in and everything like that. And I would get so mad at myself every morning when I'd wake up and I would still be drunk or I'd still be high and I'd be just bouncing around in my apartment trying to like get up and go to work. And I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? And I just never stopped from that point. And then I did. Thank God I finally got to that point where I was like, yeah, I'm going to die. So we got to stop that. And I still look back at those times. I'm like, man, only if I just like talked to somebody back then and just like reached out to somebody to be like, hey. But in my case, weirdly enough, after that happened, other than my younger brother, my entire family abandoned me. Like no one would talk to me anymore. Like one of my uncles talked to me for about a week after it happened. And then I posted something on Facebook he didn't like, and I haven't heard from him since. And like, so I had to go through all that alone, 2,000 miles away from all of my family. And I'm like, all right, I guess we'll go this route because nobody else wants to help me. But I wish I would have had someone to go, are you okay? Do you want to talk about this? It might have changed a couple of courses in my life. I feel like I still would have been back here at some point. I still would have ended up here, but it might have changed it from me getting super deep. Oh, shit.
You always got me to kick around.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, bro?
What's up, guys?
How you doing? You all right?
I'm good. Just wanted to pop in, do my obligatory pop in, but also be like, I'm here if you need me. But love you guys.
Love you too, brother. Good to see you.
Love you too, bro. Love you too, bro.
That's nice. I haven't seen him in a little while.
No, it's good to see him. We're here for you too, Groovy. We're here for you too, bro. If you ever need anybody, please drop a message and that. And obviously, I can try and help. I know I'm other side of the world, but if you need someone to talk to, like we and JJ do, or like when I talk to Hefty, or even when I spoke to Marty the other night, just drop me a message, dude. And yeah, we're all here for each other. We all can help each other.
Balance.
Yeah, but yeah, also what you said about your mum, that's exactly the situation that I've had, pretty much to the T. You know, when my mum died, she was ill for a very long time, which sucks because, like, I was in the middle. Like, she got ill before I met Amy. So she was about 15 years ago, and then I think to almost get away from it after I met Amy, I kind of when I moved out, it was a bit weird because it was kind of the case of right, I'm going now. See you later. And there's no plan or anything, or I just literally put all my stuff in a car and just drove up here and found a shared flat to live in to see like Amy. And I think I was almost trying to get away from it all.
No, I get that.
But then obviously I joined the army and stuff, and then when she did pass, like I was in fucking pieces, and like it fucking destroyed me. And my dad never like spoke to me or like how you doing or nothing. I never got that. And then he was the same. He pretty much cut me off from after my mum died. Like he has almost forgotten about it as if it never happened. Like that we didn't have that life. And that is I know exactly where you're coming from, dude, because it is fucking horrible. Like you've got nobody, especially family. Family should stick together no matter what. And
I agree with that.
When they cut you off, what's up, Ocean? How you doing, bro?
What up, Jimmy?
When they cut you off, it makes it 10 times worse. And I think if my dad had spoke to me about my mum and just said to me, like, just rang me or come and see me and just be like, how you doing? Let's have a chat, and spoke about mum and what was going on and stuff, we would probably still be on talking terms now. We'd probably still be seeing each other now. But like I say, he chose that route, and that's what led to me being to where I am now. And the issue with my mum and with him is a big part of what's going on with me today.
No, I get that.
And it's trying to let go of that that's difficult. With me mum, I've decided, obviously, I'm never going to get my mum back. I wish I fucking could. I'd do anything, but that's never going to happen.
I get that.
But I've got a tattoo planned. I know I think I told you guys the other day. So, and it's going to be done actually on her birthday next month.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I thought it's a good idea to do it then as a like memory for mum. I've got permanent memory then. It's on her birthday, and it's almost like I can break away from that now and let it go, like let the past go. And that's the plan with that. But with my dad, I don't know.
When is your mom's birthday?
22nd of October.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So this, and I know anyone who watches this show, you hate me at this point that I say this a lot, but this goes all the way back to the point that I feel like everything happens for a reason. My mom's birthday is on the 3rd of October, and Danielle's mom's birthday is on Halloween. So all of our moms are all in October. So that's kind of freaking cool.
And Amy's mum is in October.
That's right. I forgot about Amy's mom is in October too. And me and Amy share the same birthday, which is also kind of a weird coincidence that me and Amy share the exact same birthday. Like out of all the people in the world, I happen to run into Amy.
That's fucking creepy. That is fucking creepy. Groovy's mum's October 21st. Holy shit.
Everything happens for a reason, man. Everything.
What's with October and mums? What is going on here? Fucking hell.
It's a little crazy.
That is wild. So yeah.
Arsedel's October 17th. Holy shit.
What the fuck? What's with October and mum's birthday? What is going on? Yeah, so that's what I've done to try and separate from that. And the thing with my dad, I don't know. Like, he's causing big problems with my mental health at the moment. But then, like, does I feel like fucking the new year? Yeah, that is true. That's probably where it comes from. Yeah, so I don't know. But if I can start letting go of certain things, I think it will help me. My mum is a big part of that. I need to let go of my mum so that I can move on and from that. And I think that would be a massive help. So that I'll be able to be there more for Amy and what she's going through.
I have a coworker who just recently lost her son to cancer, and she opened up to me about it one night, and she's like, how do I forget? I go, you don't forget. You get up every day and you move on, but it's always there. It's always gonna hurt. You don't ever move on, I guess. Is what I'm trying to say. You just learn to cope with it and deal with it and know that at the end of the day, at least they're not in pain and everything like that, which I guess makes yourself feel less crappy about it. Like, because I lost my grandfather to cancer. I watched a man who I thought could punch through a brick wall wilt away and die. Like the man that my I didn't go to the funeral, but my grandmother sent me photos from the funeral. I'm really glad I didn't go, and I know that sounds really weirdly to say, but seeing that man wasn't the man I grew up with, and that would have mind fucked me so much worse if I would have saw that instead of all the good memories I have of him.
Yeah.
Like he's right here on the wall next to me, and he's on the wall behind me. Like he's always around. So that's how I cope with it. I keep him close, and then Danielle's coming here a few times, and I'll just be staring at one of these and having a chat with him. I know he's not going to pop out of that picture or talk to me, but it makes me feel good to think that maybe he can hear me, and maybe he's here while I talk to you or while I'm doing this. Trying not to make myself cry. I can feel it coming from behind my eyeballs. I can feel it coming too.
Let it go if you need to, bro. It doesn't matter.
Losing him was like losing my rock. Like that's what kept me grounded for the longest time. When I had issues with girlfriends, friends, work, he was my one phone call. And I hate that I admit this, but my grandmother's still here. But I maybe talk to my grandmother once every 4 months. And it's not her fault. It's nothing she did, but calling her house and not hearing his voice in the background breaks my heart every single time I call her. And it's not fair to her, and I know it's not.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me not to hear, hey, is that my grandson back there? And I miss that. And it's really hard, especially around like in the next few months, it'll be like, the cold seasons. And my grandfather loved Christmas. It was like his favorite holiday. He would go all out every year with the tree, the lights outside, the stupid movies, the stupid music. And for about a good 6 years after that, I boycotted everything about Christmas. I would cry through movies, cartoons, commercials, just like that sound. I would just instantly break no matter where I was. If I was at work, I'd have to put my head down so no one would see me. I don't do that now, thank God, but I still get really sad in December, especially being he passed in December, like 4 days before. So, or no, a week and a half before. So it's very hard the month of December. Even Danielle's gotten used to the fact in December, I kind of shut down the whole month. I'm here, but I'm not here. Like I check out that whole month. It's hard.
Yeah, definitely. Ocean said his dad died 42 years ago. He still dreams about him. He talks to you, still hear him. Yeah, your dad can still hear your dad. Sorry, your granddad can still hear you. Like as hard as that is, obviously with what Kerry's done for both of us, she's proven the fact that they are still there. They can still hear you. It's just you never get that back, and that is really hard. And I think what's made it a lot harder for me as well is that I didn't get a funeral for my mum. She had basically, my dad decided that she'd be cremated, but nobody is allowed to go and be
That's
there.
not right.
Yeah, so it was a case of that's what really hurts the most, is that I've never been able to say goodbye or let go or anything, and that's really fucking painful.
Yeah.
And like all of my mum's stuff, he trashed a lot of it, everything in the trash, and so I've got nothing that belongs to my mum at all.
Which makes it hard.
Yeah. So I think by doing the tattoo, I think it's going to be a good thing for me to let go and help with that. And I think you need to find, if you're in the situation I'm in where you haven't had any closure, you need to find some way of closing it you think you're okay, but like I say, you'll get times where it will pull you back down and you spiral again. And if you don't get that closure, it will fuck you up. I told the kids to have a party and share stories, but no funeral for me either. But then that's your funeral, I suppose, is the party and share stories. Like that's good. I think that's a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say in there. But we didn't get that. Like I literally went down the day she died. They'd already taken her away. She died at home. They'd already taken her away, and literally, so that afternoon we was just trying to help my dad and get things sorted. And then the next day, literally, it was a case that he was going to the tip, getting rid of everything, and that was it. And then I came home and went back to work. So it was so sudden, and I never got, and he never spoke to me about it. He never has, never said anything about my mum, which is fucking horrible. But
yeah.
No,
I get that. And I mean, that brings us back a full circle to the show. And the point of it is that those things scar us in ways that we can't explain or whatnot. And they cut us almost to the bone. And it's a pain that you can't ever get over. And in your mind, if it's like mine, and I feel like you and I do bounce around that same kind of mentality all the time. What if I did this? What if I did this differently? Could I have had this? Could I have been there? And it's one of those things that you keep asking yourself what could have been instead of maybe this is what should have happened, and just try to process it that way.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I haven't fully gotten over it, but I've come to terms with maybe it was just the right thing that was supposed to happen at that time. I know the right thing sounds wrong, but it given his health state, I would rather have him not be here than being in the shape that he was.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's hard because you don't ever want to lose somebody you love, especially somebody close to you. And it's very hard when you do that. Like when you guys were doing when we were doing the show on your guys' channel and you guys were doing the tarot cards, and Amy brought up a thing about me going through my brain, having to deal with the cope of losing somebody. And you guys know this now, last year I lost my youngest kid's mom, and that took me for a mind fuck that I still haven't fully processed that one yet either, that she's younger than me and she's gone, but yet I'm a fuck up and I'm still here. So why am I so special? Like, what is good about me that I'm here and she's not? So it's hard because it's I'm trying to think of the right wording to phrase this correctly. The pain of losing someone you truly care about is harder than the pain of you gonna like cut yourself. I think that's the best way I can explain it. Like, you can cut yourself, oh fuck, that hurts, I'm gonna bleed. But losing somebody close to you that you love and look up to or whatnot, that's a pain that it never goes away, but you learn to cope and you learn to deal with it every day.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, son. Certainly will do. Same for you, bro. Yeah, and I do think what I'm trying to do with that is when you get those moments when you do start thinking too much and like, what if I did this? What if I did that? What I'm trying to do is you've got to try and almost realize you're thinking that and catch yourself and be like, try and stop that, catch that moment, and be like, I can't remember what they call it. But basically, it's like mindfulness or something. Basically, you realize what you're thinking and stop yourself and be like, I can't change that. That's the past. That's happened. That's done. Move on to the future.
Exactly.
Because otherwise, you're like me, where you'll spiral in the past. And it's a fucking downward spiral, and it's almost like 1,000 voices going on in your head. You're not the voice in your head, you're listening to it. That's true, Oji-san, yeah. So yeah, if you can try and catch yourself in that moment, it will help massively. I know it's easier said than done. Obviously, trust me, I've been trying to do it myself. Like last night, I had a bad spiral moment last night. Like for some reason, when I just sat down, I started to spiral, and it was so fucking tough. Like to try and come out of that. But you've got to try and almost trick your mind by doing something and realize what you're thinking is just irrational. You can't change the past. You just got to change the future and realize what good things you've got around you. To drag yourself back out of that moment. What's Pam say? I just lost my dad last month. So glad I got to see it. Oh, bless you, Pam. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, I think go through it, let it out. Yeah, you do need to let it out. That's true, Oji-san. And that's what we're with this. I think talking is the biggest thing you can do. And if you've got a partner, like you got Danielle, I've got Amy, talking to your partner is probably the best thing you can do. Even just saying like you're just saying to or this is where your partner, you should check in on your partners as well. Like are you okay? Because you know when your partners are down and stuff, and then just saying to them like, look, no, I'm not okay. I'm thinking about this. Like this is going around in my head and whatever. And by just doing that and talking, I think that can solve a lot of issues.
I agree with that.
Because you do become the demons in your head are the fucking worst. And when you start, your head will always win. It will always get what it wants if you let it. And those demons will take over. You've got to fight them though, and you've got to realize that you're in control. They say let your brain do what it's got to do, but you're in control in the end of the day. But yeah.
Me and Hefty always joke about it, and we always say like this is like our therapy when we do the show on Thursdays or we do the show with you guys on Fridays. Like just being able to sit down, chat, and bullshit. Because sometimes we do get a bit deep on Thursday. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just go in and have a good time. We laugh the whole time. But at the end of it, we always feel better. Even if the day before or the day of going into it sucks, after we do the show, we've joked with people and whatnot, we always get off. And I'm like, I feel so much better. Like you get kind of take that weight off your shoulders.
Yeah.
And in my case, going back to what you were saying, Danielle always knows when there's something bouncing around in my brain. But much like you, I'm preconditioned to go, no, I'm fine. It's okay. Because you're not supposed to talk about it. So you don't talk about it, and then it builds up and it builds up. And then in my case, usually if it gets to that point, I will randomly start a fight for some reason, and I don't know why, but I will pick a fight with her, and I will lose, and then I'll finally tell her what's been bouncing around in my brain. Then I'll cry, and then I get up the next day and I do it again. Well, not all of that again, but go back through the steps of doing my everyday stuff. But it's hard because, like, as boys, we're told like keep everything to yourself, and then as you get older, you don't realize that keeping everything to yourself is making it worse. And then you get to the point where you have to vent, you have to talk to people, or it gets much worse and it leads to other things like I went through. Like if I would have just sat down and just been like, can I talk to you about this? And just started venting about what was bouncing around in my head, maybe the drugs wouldn't have happened. Maybe the over excessive everything I did for about a 10-year span wouldn't have happened. But I also look at it this way. I learned from it. I can take that with me and I can share it with other people and maybe help them not go through it. Maybe no one was there to help me, but I'm more than willing to help somebody else through their problems because it's the right thing to do.
Oh yeah, definitely. And finding those, I think finding coping mechanisms and things to help you relax and help you cope, like what Oji-san says there about he has a lot of demons and stuff, and he owns it, and you need to find ways of dealing with it, like talking, and even like when you're on your own is the worst time, especially for me. So I've gone into obviously my photography thing that I'm doing, So I do a lot of editing for that. I'm posting a lot for that now.
Which is cool.
I'm doing a lot more videos. So I'm doing some Disney series that I'm doing. And then going to be getting back into some more paranormal. Now it's going anyway. Pam says she cleans. I do that as well. As weird as it sounds, I'm a big clean freak. So I'm like, when I'm at home, like today on my own, I'll do a lot of cleaning. That helps. Drawing or coloring, simple. Like just get it's coloring stuff's not just for fucking kids. It's you get adult coloring books for that reason to help your mind just put some music on and just space out and just chill. Ojisan does all of his paintings and stuff. Like you need ways to relax your mind. If you go 100 mile an hour constantly, something's gonna fucking break. And
The wheel's gonna fall off at some point.
It does, and you can't just keep letting it like hold it in. It will fucking explode at some point, and you need to stop yourself from getting to that situation. I pile paint and make huge messes. There's nothing wrong with that, Oji-san. So yeah, you need to find code music. Obviously, I go to the gym. The gym's not for everybody. That's great. That really helps me. Though I just stick my music in, and I'm away, and I'm in my own little space. Then you need to find stuff. You can't run forever, turn and face it. That's the Oji-san. You can't keep running. It's impossible. As much as tough as you think you are, it's fucking impossible. And I've read a lot of books. It's about British SAS. The guys that have left have wrote a lot of books and stuff about their mental problems that they go through, and they say the same things, that trying to run from their problems is impossible. And these are some of the toughest guys in the world. These fucking ex-special forces guys, and even they break. Everybody, you're only human. You're not superhuman. As much as we like to think we are, we're not fucking superhuman. And you need to realize that. And it's okay to talk to people, and it's okay to say that I'm not all right. I'm going through a tough time, because it will help. It really does help. I've learned the hard way. I think you're learning the hard way too, JJ. Like,
oh yeah.
And hopefully, other people don't have to learn that way if they know that it's okay to talk.
And it's also okay to cry. If you're a man, it is very much okay to cry. That doesn't mean you're weak. That means you're much stronger than most men, because you'll actually show that raw emotion that it's hard to find in most dudes that will openly cry. But if you've watched a few of these streams before, or if you even know me, I'm a very big crier. I have a very and I know it sounds funny, but I have a hugely soft heart, and I see the good in everyone. Even if you're an asshole to me, I know there's still good in there somewhere, and I will still treat you the same way I will treat everyone else. And it's very hard, because I feel everyone else's emotions all the time. So like if I'm at work and you come up to the counter, I can instantly see your face. I'm like, they're in a bad mood. Let's see if I can cheer them up. And I just totally go into that mode. And it is a pain in the ass being me. I would wish not being me on anyone else other than me. It is hard to carry the weight of being me all the time.
Yeah.
It's and music is a huge deal for me. Like, I have so much music. So much of it represents weird times in my life, points, everything like that. But I always gravitate to music. Like, if I'm going through something, music is where I will throw in my headphones, or if she's not home, I'll come in here, crank it up, and I'll just sit in my chair and stare off into the ceiling. And like, music is the one thing that always seems to find its way to pull me out. Like, I always feel like there's always a song out there that will hit you at the right time about those feelings you're going through, and kind of either uplift you or will break you and make you cry, and then you'll feel good after the good cry.
Yeah, you do. It is good if you can. Oji-san saying he hasn't cried since the 80s. That's not good. I don't normally cry. Like Amy said to me the other day, she's like, "You never cry." She's like, "Why are you crying for?" I was like, "Fucking, I've had enough." And it is good. It is good. Like I say, it's not seen as it is. I think it just takes a stronger person to cry than not, because you need to show your emotion. You can't keep holding it in. The Macarena. Yeah, that song hits right, Oji-san. Especially after a few beers.
weirdly enough, that I do enjoy that song, but it also brings me back to a time when I was a kid and life wasn't so fucked up. So, but
That's the
I
big thing.
timestamp.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing that doesn't help nowadays with mental health is that the world is so fucked up and there is so many problems going on. And this is like what we said in the last show, where you just got to try and ignore the world. Yeah, see what's going on and see the headlines and what's happening, but don't try and get emotionally involved into it because you will just fucking get yourself in a worse place.
Suck down that rabbit hole of nonsense.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. You need to keep away from the media and stuff because they're all fucking
Crazy.
Yeah, and they're just trying to make people depressed and make people go. They don't want people to be happy. If everyone's happy, there wouldn't be any fucking news. I like talking to ChatGPT, which sounds like Scary Spice.
That makes sense.
Wherever you get your kicks, Ozone, wherever you get your kicks from. But yeah.
Well, on that note, thank you all for being here. This was a very fun and entertaining, and I feel hopefully educational show. Tom, I hope this helps you. I hope you see that you're not the only one who goes through this kind of stuff, and we're all here for you, man.
Yeah, no, I do massively appreciate it, and doing this does really help me. And I hope, like I say, I hope it helps you and everyone else that's watching as well. That and hopefully we do these a few more times as well, and just every now and then, because I do think the more we do them, the better.
I'm on board for that.
Yeah, we don't even if I do get better, and I'm sure I will at some point. Doesn't mean that you have to stop. If you're okay, you have to stop talking to people. It doesn't work like that. There's always that you can let go of or help with. So yeah, thank you very much for doing the show, JJ, this early. And thank you to everyone for joining this time in the morning for you guys.
It's all early for all of us.
Thank you, Oji-san. Thank you. Yeah, so we're all here for each other, and likewise, you guys can always message me and drop me. We see I'm on Facebook or wherever, and if you need anything, just drop us a message. I'm always get back to you as soon as I can. So yeah.
Well, yeah. On that note, we'll see you guys here tomorrow for our normal random nonsense. And then, are we doing anything Friday?
Yeah, we'll do a show Friday. I haven't got anything planned yet.
Fair enough. I don't have anything planned yet either because I planned this, and now I have a day to plan another show. So we'll see what happens. It may just be another stupid random nonsense where we just talk. So we'll see what happens.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, guys. We love you guys. If you need help, reach out to somebody. There's always somebody there. And if you do catch this and you watch it the whole way through and you turn around and this kind of makes your day, I hope this helps you in some way, because that's kind of all we're trying to do is help one another. So if we can help you too, then that's good for everybody.
Love you all. Have a good day.
Latest gators.